Hi, my name is Bluebelle Carroll. I love philosophy, debating, talking about anything. One day I hope to be a writer and to make my own radio programmes. Next year I am going to Yale University. The first time I began to really consider university was when I was in about year 6, so I was about 10. And the reason is because I wanted to be an author, and I looked up how to become an author and it said go and do an English degree. So I was immediately like, okay, looks like I'm going to do an English degree. Where is best to do an English degree? And because I have synesthesia, which means I see words as colours, I thought English was yellow, so I looked for a university that was yellow in colour, and that was Cambridge. And so for many years I was very happy to go along and go to Cambridge, but as I began to think about it more and more, I realised that although I want to be an author, I want to be able to also study some of science, I want to be able to study some social science, some psychology, some maths, and so I began to look more and more into that and found that Oxford offered an amazing course called PPL, which is philosophy, psychology and linguistics, which I loved, and then American University would let me have even more breadth because they let you study pretty much anything for your first 2 years, and so that's what really cemented my decision to apply to America. Looking into applying to American universities, I'd seen loads of videos all across the internet sponsored by Crimson, and I'd seen the Crimson webpage that had loads of information about it, but I'd never really considered it about something that I could do until an email popped up in my school email that said, interested in applying to US universities, apply for this scholarship. And I never thought I was going to get it, but I thought I'm going to do everything I possibly can to increase my chances of being able to get into an American university. And so I applied and it all worked out. Okay, my full name is Bluebelle Wednesday Carroll. So the first name is a flower, plus an E at the end, in case I didn't want it to be a flower forever and wanted to shorten it into Belle because my parents were paranoid. The middle name is after Wednesday Addams from the Addams family, and my mum wanted it to be my first name, but that was forbidden. And then my surname is interesting because it used to be Cleghorn, but my granddad was a singer and knew he would never sell any albums if he kept his name Cleghorn, so he changed it to Carroll, and that's been passed down to me. I didn't really know what I needed at the point where I got Crimson's help, so I knew that that's what I wanted, but there was so much unknown about the whole process. I didn't know anyone who had applied to America, so it was really a whole new thing. So what Crimson really helped was that they just told me, you will need help with writing your essays, you will need help with standardised exams, you will need this support and that support. And more than that, we're going to give you the names of people you can contact anytime we're here should you ever have any questions through the whole process. So really what they gave me is a grounding of someone who was always there to help, as well as telling me what I needed to do to apply properly. So in the end, I had people to help me overlook my application, help me decide what universities to apply for, help me work out what subjects I really loved, and also helped me with all the standardised tests and things, so I really put myself on the same level to be properly considered. They say it all the time, there's that buzzword which is an holistic admissions process, which basically means that they review every part of your application, and that can seem daunting for so many people and for me because it feels like every single part of you needs to be perfect to be considered. But what I've really learned is, especially through Crimson, is that they're just looking for something about you that means that you would fit into their community and you would make an improvement, and everyone has part of that. So I would say there is always going to be something that will make you perfect for an American university, and so just go and apply. So as a word of encouragement, I'd just say that they're really looking for the best in you, they want you to achieve. And so, although it's really difficult and you can feel like you're putting on all these effort for nothing for a really long time, in the end you're going to end up somewhere that you really want to go and you really deserve to be going.